Okay. Apparently 1080 works too. That's really good. It's unfortunate that you can't stream. No shit. I think I've coached Amazing Jericho, the Quinn. I think. Okay. Yeah, your team comp is definitely not a team comp. Let me just go back really quick. Let me look at the summoners. Big deal. 6, okay. Okay, so all that I'm looking at when I look at this is I'm just looking at the 2v2 matchup, and then I'm also looking at the 2.5 versus 2.5 matchup. And what I mean by that is like roaming supports and stuff. Okay. So that's all that I'm. Now, did you proactively pick Orianna, or did you pick her as a response to Ziggs? Because it shouldn't be a response to Ziggs ever. Okay, so you picked her proactive. Okay, that's fine. It's no problem. Now, oh no, I'll go over that after the game with you. Let's just focus on the game, okay? Let me just open up your Skype again. Sorry. What the hell is it? Okay. I already know it's gonna have a problem since they said he won't really gank mid. Okay. It's unfortunate that people make choices like that. Alright. One thing you can do is you can walk up outside. Like, fanning out is always good, but if you're gonna fan middle, it's better to just stand upward, like even higher, because if you can get a peek of even one member, that actually gives a ton of information to your team. And by standing in middle, just a little bit further up, it would also make you safe from ganks and stuff. You wouldn't really be threatened too much, especially not by their team comp. I mean, Blitz, he might be able to flash pull or like something, but if he flash pulls and you flash, that's actually advantageous for your lane, because then that means that bottom lane is a 2-on-1 summoner advantage, so that's a lot bigger than just being a 1-on-0 summoner advantage in mid, as weird as that sounds. Okay, now you're both running cookies. Okay. At this point, one thing that you could also do is you could just completely angle yourself. Like, what you're doing right now is something you don't want to be doing against Ziggs, okay? So this is specific, not just to Ziggs, but I guess like it can also be specific to like Mordekaiser, it can be specific to Ari, it can be specific to like a lot of things. One thing that you could be doing, first off, okay, so let me rewind just so that I have the proper knowledge. So let me just go back to this really quick before I go over that, and then we'll go back. I know your last hitting's a little bit weak, but that's something you can just work out, you know, on your own accord. Okay, so we saw the way that Ziggs came into mid, okay? And if Amumu could start red, but because Quinn was where she was, we know that Amumu didn't really start red, because then he would need a leash from one of the two people, okay? So because we know 100% Amumu is starting blue, okay, and Amumu cannot really do a level 2 gank, especially not inside of this sort of a matchup, whereas Ziggs doesn't really have CC or anything from level 1 or even level 2. I mean, you can argue that he has CC with this little box thing that pops you up, but that's hardly CC. And then because of how the minions will be in the earlier levels, it's really easy to fade Amumu's Q and stuff. So now let's just go a little bit further forward, back to what I was talking about, okay? Inside of this screenshot, okay? And one thing is that, so we see the game timer, and that says 2:31, okay? So the game timer is 2:31, all right? And the other thing is that against Ziggs, now again, it's not just about Ziggs, it could be like Mordekaiser, it could be Ari, it could be anyone that can, they want to hit minions and hit you. You know, like Orianna even, too. Like Orianna against a melee, like Orianna against Talon, or like Orianna against Zed, you know, etc. Like, she wants to hit the minions and hit Zed at the same time, right? So because we know that Amumu's only potential gank path at this timing is to come in from the right-hand side, and if he does come in from the right-hand side, Lee Sin's protecting you, okay? So you don't even have to really fade backwards. You could actually fade downward into Amumu, which is uncharacteristic, and that can give Lee Sin his W. That would be higher level play. That would be like a very advanced 2v2, so you don't have to do that. But that aside, okay, one thing that you keep doing for like the 30 seconds that the lane phase has been commenced is that you're staying behind these 3 minions. And it doesn't make any sense, okay? The reason that it doesn't make sense is you should just be standing somewhere in this vicinity. Literally just between these 2 walls, because Amumu cannot come from it. There's absolutely no way for him to show up there at this time. And by doing this, you force Ziggs to throw a skill shot at you when it doesn't have a lot of points into it, so if you're able to just dodge it, it makes it really cost inefficient for him. And if you can also do that, it also means that you'll gain initiative over the lane because of your passive and how it works. So with that, you'll guarantee yourself the level 2, and then you'll also guarantee that you can shove him in while standing on the left-hand side, thus allowing you to get an early dot A ward. Okay, you can get the 252 dot A ward. Here you go, this is better too. And again, this is applicable to any champions that they want to do a dual harassment. Okay, but by standing behind the minions the way that you do constantly, it's not good against this matchup. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So you don't, even though it is proper to play super safe against him, there's better ways to do it in terms of your movements. Now, if this is, for instance, say like, Zed or something, right? And then I believe his shurikens, they lose damage depending on the things that they go through, etc. Yes, it's even better to stand inside the minions, but and still then try to get off dual harassment and whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can do that. You can push and yeah. Okay, and then other things that you can do, sometimes they do it on Korea, is like, say against like a Twisted Fate, okay, which is like it's a dual ranged matchup, so like obviously you're both going to be zoning, parallel to each other and whatever, okay, and you're going to be standing at positions that make it very unfavorable for each other to kind of try to go in on each other. Something you can do versus Twisted Fate in the earlier levels is you can get E, and then you can also put more points into E than you normally do, and you can walk up to Twisted Fate. And you can try to attack his mana for your HP, and then it forces him to use blue card more under tower and then also be on the defensive. But that's like a very specific, like nitty-gritty thing, and that should also be communicated with your jungler and stuff. But those are just things to think of. Okay? Okay, alright, let's move on. Alright. Now that was just a 231, right? So let's... Okay. Just wanted to fast forward. Oh, the CSing. So, I mean, okay. Now, even though we're not on voice, I just want to go over this. Okay, I just want to do it in hindsight, alright? Because I want to make sure that you know. Yeah. Okay. So when you see this minion wave approaching, what should be your first thought? Like, this minion wave, this is not uncommon. This is a very common minion wave for a lot of mid laners. Like, this, you should have done, like, 100 times. More than 100, actually. Like, I guess you've been playing the game for a few years now or something, right? So, like... Right, you can kill every single... Well, this one right here, the one in the middle, okay? You have to auto it before the tower autos it. Unless you're passive, yeah. But, like, this one's going to come in first, okay? Unless this one knocks it out of the way. And then, if that happens, alright, so... But there's some other stuff that you can do here. So I wanna also address that. Because this is really good against Ziggs and shit. Not just against Ziggs, it can be good against a lot of mid laners. This comes in, you auto it. You auto that, tower hits it, auto that. This comes in. That HP... I'm not sure. Fuck. I don't know if the tower will kill it. You might have to auto-Q that. I'm not entirely sure. That's like really fucking nitty-gritty. Are you running Feast? Butcher and etc.? Butcher and Feast? I'm pretty sure the tower will kill that, so I think you have to auto and Q that if you want to get that. But the other thing that you can do, okay, now you can do it this early, but normally you won't want to do it this early against Ziggs, okay, as you could move up to here, these three little flowers, okay, and you can stand still and you can put E on and just hit S, okay, so that you stop moving. Alright, your minions will come up, these minions will branch out, these minions will come down, and then they'll branch out, and you'll have a full arc of the enemy's minions, and you'll get shoved under tower, and then you can just freeze the lane, like right here, against Ziggs, and this puts him under a shitload of pressure early on, especially because Ziggs' Dade ward is inefficient against a red star jungler, so it makes his ward a little counterintuitive, especially because Lee Sin can manipulate how he can come into mid and stuff. Okay? But again, this doesn't just apply to Ziggs. This is a situation you can do in like 1,000 different like matchups. Okay? This is a very, very important freeze. This is a very like big freeze. Okay, good. Alright. Alright, good. Sorry, Chris. I know, I just don't have you on voice. Okay. Now, I guess it wasn't as potent or noticeable on the champions that you showed me before when we've done other sessions, but you need to click more. Like your movements are very predictable. Like watching you. Like maybe Ziggs won't abuse it, but they are very weak. Do you know what I mean by that? Also, since I took Q, I won't fight him with W. Yeah, okay. Right. You need to click more. That's something you can work on in just single player, but your movements are really, really weak. So even if you achieve the same thing by moving this way, psychologically, you lose ground. And then with how low your mana is, this is kind of weak, especially because you're gonna lose out on the siege minion wave, depending on how Ziggs plays it. See now, like the siege minion has arrived. Amumu killed Lee Sin, so now Ziggs has full power over mid lane. And now you're forced to stay here, so it's a little bit unfavorable. I guess maybe your goal is to make it to Chalice? Okay. I mean, I guess if that's the logic, it's a little bit fine, but Ziggs played that pretty badly. Ziggs could have froze it. He didn't have to play it the way that he did. If he froze it with the mana that he had, he could have shoved you way backwards, and then he could have delayed your recall about another minute with how he held the lane. So in this situation, it's good to do reverse engineering, okay? So you've heard me talk about this before already. It's basically going and seeing what your opponent could have done better so that you learn, even though it's not for your champion, okay? So when this happens, all right, when a Mumu dies to Lee Sin and you're staying in lane when Lee Sin is clearly up there, okay, it's really obvious that you're staying in lane to try to get to Chalice. And now, then on top of that, because Ziggs has to also get Chalice, he can know where you're standing, money-wise, okay? So now he can launch a timing attack against you, all right? We've talked about this in the past. So right now, Ziggs has a rough idea exactly how much gold you have, and he knows that you want this next minion wave. And so now, because the minion wave is going to be shoving, like, in his favor or something, okay? Because you saw his minions are weaker than your minions right here, he could just kind of move in, especially because he has a potion active, all right? And you're out of potions. He even has another one active, so he's almost actually at full mana when you factor in the Doran's passive, the Doran's regeneration, and then the extra cookie. So at this point, all that Ziggs should actually do is, he knows that Lee Sin's dead, okay? And left-hand side is going to be his safest, because a Mumu can come down. All he needs to do is go over to the left-hand side, all right? So we're going to fucking print screen this shit, okay. Ooh, okay. All he needs to do is come over to the left-hand side, let these minions freeze here, and then just constantly dash dance between these two arrows and just poke the ever-loving shit out of you. And even if you come in to try to trade with him or something, he can easily trade against you. Because his HP is going to go up to like here, off this cookie, and then he's going to get another cookie. And what's going to end up happening is that right now the game timer is what, 421 or something? I believe that's 421, okay? This wave is not even going to come to you until like 510 or something. And then by the time you finally eat it, you're looking at like maybe 520 to like 525, okay? And then you factor in the recall, and so you add the 8 seconds unless you're running the fucking mastery or whatever, and then the next minion wave also arrives. And then because Ziggs knows that you're recalling, he also gets the plus 6 minion advantage, plus 6 permanent CS, okay? So then you take whatever your CS is, you hit tab, and then he hits tab, and then he guaranteedly just gets plus 6 CS. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. It's an unresponse decision that you've elected to do at this point. And so because of that, he guaranteedly gets, like 4 free potions for free. Build ignored, he gets 4 free potions, or he gets a potion and a ward. So he gets 1 potion plus a ward, no matter what, because of this. Okay? So all this is what you can reverse engineer out of this situation. No, I know I'm expecting much, but remember, what it goes back to is that, like, this, because again, like, I don't have 8 hours a day with you, remember? So, like, I'm trying to give you, like, a Bible that you always can go back to. This will apply to you in Diamond 1, it'll apply to you if you ever go up to Challenger, it'll apply to you, you know what I mean? Forever. This is the type of, I've taught Selfie shit like this, like, on SHC, you know? And it's like, yeah, it may be hard and stuff, but you should work towards it. Because I don't actually think this is too hard. I think this is a very easily understood concept. Now, when you do timing attacks against, like, your first core item, second core item, building into the second core item, that's different. Timing attacks in relation to Dragon, timing attacks in relation to red buff, blue buff, timing attacks in relation to a death going on the map, timing attacks in relation to where the jungler's standing. That's really fucking complex. You don't need to worry about shit like that. But this is just CS and math. Okay? Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Oh my god! He almost gets a summoner out of you. That's pretty fucking scary. I think if he was even more baller, I think you just die. I think like pro Orianna there versus pro Ziggs, I think you die. Well, you trade heal for the ignite, but it would only remove the debuff on the heal. The ignite's damage would still go through. And a pro Ziggs, I think, can land an auto plus one more Q. Even it would go flash, ignite, heal. But I think I'm not totally sure. No matter what, you're gonna fall really far behind because you don't want to trade two summoners against Ziggs. A 2-for-2 trade there favors him. Okay, so now what do you think I'm gonna say right now? Ziggs is missing for multiple seconds. So what the fuck should be the goal? Because I'm not seeing. Okay, good, exactly. Just push it. And before you warded, you should have pushed it. Why? Why should you push before warding? Yes, push it into turret before warding. Why? More time, more minions dying, right, and the ward gains more efficiency. Okay, go. I'm just gonna go. I'm assuming you just forgot to type it. Okay. Okay, Amumu shows up at top, and then Ziggs comes into lane. And now, because Amumu shows up at top, and you know that he's fully, like... now, one thing that you could have done right here, okay? Is just... You could just press F... what the fuck? God damn it. Sorry. God! Okay. As this is going on, okay? Just click F2. Like, really fast. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't affect you. Just throw the fucking Q and press F2. Okay? And the reason that you do that is because it'll jump to Lee Sin, who is on top of Amumu. Now, if Amumu walks away from this to golems with full HP, full mana, or like 90% HP, 70% mana, even 70% HP, okay, depending on Spirit Stone and shit, you have to play mid different. But if Amumu walks away from this with 20% HP and like 20% mana or something, you know that he's going to clear golems, so you add 7 seconds to go to golems, then you add the clear time on golems, then you add the 8 seconds for recall, then you add the 6 seconds at fountain that he has to wait to regenerate, and then you add the walk speed down to wraiths or wolves, like mentally, and it affects how you play mid. Okay. Oh, you set them from F1 to F4? Okay, okay. That's the other thing I'm noticing, is you're not using the spacebar technique for adjusting your screen. Which is, it's pretty big on Orianna. Okay, where the fuck did he just throw that? What? Okay, I guess maybe at Lee Sin or something? Okay. Look at how he's trying to zone you, and how he's just staying there. It's a little bit peculiar. Okay, and now I guess he's gonna go... Okay, never mind. I thought he was gonna go dirty farm. You could dirty farm here, because Quinn came in to Amumu's jungle, so you know that, like, no matter what, Ziggs is gonna be under dual pressure. Okay. She killed him. Okay. Okay. Now, at this point, you should begin the phase where you start hyper shoving the lane and then dirty farming. Like right here, you can easily just dirty farm. And then if Ziggs locks the lane in place, he's going to end up taking minion damage. So it's like as if you got a spell off on him. Nice. That's really fucking good discipline. That's really, like, that's really nice. I feel like a lot of people would have flashed there, but flash would be incorrect. So that's good. now you just want to shove this wave, and then you want to recall. Because if you don't, you're going to miss out on efficiency, but also control of the siege minion wave, which is on, it's en route. Although now Lee Sin's trying to, oh, okay, Ziggs, what? Oh god, self-ult! Huh? Why? No. Ziggs is dead. Alright, we're gonna go through this, okay? Now you have two options. You can do something that doesn't allow for response from him, which is the Orianna flash self-ult. That's an option. You shouldn't E here. That's bad. That's bad. You should just let the ball come back to you. What the fuck? Ah, please. Okay. Alright, so that's gonna be screen 1. Okay. That'll be screen 1. We'll say this is screen 2, and then we'll go over screen 3 on our own. Okay. So is this fine? Can you? Is everything like? You can see everything, right? Okay. All right. That's fine with you. Okay. Good. So at this point, this is like right after you eat back into you. Okay. And so one of the things that you shouldn't have done is you shouldn't have eat, because Lee Sin, we know, is just waiting over there. Okay. Now, what you can do is, rather than staying dead center, you could try to zone out a little bit to the left. That'll force Ziggs to come a little bit more down if he wants better angling against these minions and stuff. Because right now, you look at the radius, okay, on everything, and it's pretty wide open, okay. But if you're standing here, he has to come down here to gain that same, you know, because otherwise, he has a little bit more issue, okay. Just in terms of like anything, and then on top of that, if he launches an auto attack, you have the 3 minions that are hitting him, etc. So one thing is that we know that you could throw the ball here because Lee Sin's coming, okay, and you can throw it in a position where it hits with your, you know, your W or whatever, but obviously you want to conserve mana because your R. So you want to throw it into a position that he might walk into, but you only want to throw it for positioning and zoning, because you don't have to throw it behind him. You don't have to throw it on top of him. You just have to throw it in a way that he's forced into an ultimatum of either to walk backwards, in which case it creates a perfect forced situation for Lee Sin, because if he walks backwards, he has to walk like this, or he has to walk like this. No matter what, Lee Sin can come up from over here, and then he has like straight shots. You know, like that's very easy to hit a Q, especially if he ward hops to, like, say here. Do you know what I mean? Like, it creates it really easy. And then if he does continue to walk forward, okay, then he's committed to the fight entirely. And you know that you can use your summoners and you can get the kills. Like, there's no way for him to get out of this. Alright? And this is a pretty standard situation. Like, if you play 50 Orianna games, I assume that this situation on ganks will probably occur in like 20 of the games, like commonly. Obviously, minion positioning and stuff are relevant, just these circumstances will arise, like, very often. So then we go over to this image, okay, which is where Ziggs flashed the Q and he came onto you. And now your cooldown's up in 2 seconds, but you also have heal active, and he has ignite active, okay, but he's on cooldown, and you're certainly not going to get hit by any of the balls. So all that you need to do at this point is actually just hook over into Lee Sin, which is a little bit weird. Now, you don't want to step on this, you don't want to step on this. So you want to walk down and get to Lee Sin, because you want him to generate from the heal as well, okay? And then as soon as you do that, you can just R, like you can do the ER. And he ults, he gets CC'd by the R, so he cannot respond. There's no chance for response. And then whilst he's getting CC'd by the R, And then everything else, like you can auto him throughout that, and then Lee Sin can do a full combo and he's dead. And you'll live with a little bit of HP. Because he'll be able to respond like one more time, but not enough to kill you. Because you have to factor that with your heal, maybe your HP goes up to like here or something, okay? And so that's a lot healthier to survive Ignite and one more response from Ziggs. No, Ziggs has heal. This is a little bit riskier. Maybe he can kill you, but I don't think he can with Ignite. But it's a better response than what you did. You didn't have to run away from this. Ziggs should die 100%. Even if Ziggs doesn't die, this is a situation that I talk about often where players will not sacrifice their KDA for a greater, like the greater good. If Ziggs dies here, okay, so let's say for sake of the argument that you're both worth 300, okay? So you get the 300, he gets 300 from you, you get 300 from him, and then Lee Sin gets the assist gold. Okay? So your team, okay, Ziggs' team gets plus 300, and then depending on what the assist gold is at this point in, you know, the time, whatever, your team gets plus X. Okay? And then your team also gets to pick up the extra CS. It doesn't matter who lives, right? So this is, you sacrifice your KDA for the greater good. Now, you talk to any bronze, silver, gold, platinum player, you know, even low diamond, they're going to be like, no man, I want to live, I can't die, don't you know 0 KDA is the best? They're like fucking idiots. And like, this is bad. Exactly, fuck KDA. KDA doesn't actually mean shit. So, that's better. The fact that you tried to live is bad. Because you get a kill and an assist versus just a kill. That's obviously a good trade. It would be like trading a rook and a rook, but you also come up a pawn. That's gigantic. Exactly, yeah, it's value. Okay? Alright. Okay. Oh, you almost even die. Jeez. And Ziggs gets free farm off this. Oh, God. Yeah, that wasn't good. Yeah, you can just... This is a pretty unfortunate situation. Are you going to wait for a potion? No? Okay. Sorry. Listen. The no. Fuck. I don't know why, like, I don't know why you would play Lee Sin if you believe that a lane is ungankable. Because Lee Sin is, like, the prince of ganks. The king of ganks. Him and Shaco. Okay, at this point, you shove the lane in, okay? A Mumu died. Mundo's getting shoved in. Why are you going dirty farm? Dirty farm. You have blue, Ziggs cannot have blue. Okay? You should, now this is your chance to dirty farm and get a bigger advantage. Okay? Because Ziggs doesn't have blue. He cannot just endlessly spam spells and like hope to accomplish something. What is he trying to dirty farm? It's like Faker versus the Wolf over here. Why are you playing so safe? You have blue buff. I can't understand. Just gonna wait. You're gonna end up recalling relatively soon, I think. He's beating you without blue. No, I know. It's okay. Okay, you have your first homework assignment. If you play Orianna again, are you playing her actively? Is she inside of your active pool right now? Okay, wait, Ori Kale Ari. Okay, I want you to get 130 CS at 12 minutes. Like, consistently. Okay, every time you do it, just take a screenshot or something. I don't know if you're using like LOL replay recorder, and then just send me the screenshot. Because against, mechanically, if you just focus on single player mechanics and shit, you should be able to over CS in almost all matchups, even including Ziggs. Like, there was a lot of ways that you could have over CS'd against Ziggs here. And now, okay, so he's gone and he's missing, and Mundo died, and you know that bot's missing, okay, and no one's coming out of mid. You shouldn't be recalling right now. You could have gotten a ward on, well, you didn't have a ward, but you could have checked enemy rates for Mumu. That would have given intel to bot. You also didn't have to be afraid of a Mumu because Quinn was right above you. And there's nothing really gained off your recall other than you just get Chalice and you get back to lane. But the timing in which you get back to lane doesn't really change too much. Like, yeah, you're gonna get some more CS right here, but there's more stuff that could have been done. Now, fortunately, they didn't need that intel. They didn't need to know where Amumu is and whatever, but then also you could have, in some situations, maybe shoved another mid lane. Like, say Ziggs went top because Mundo died. Okay, you could have shoved one more lane in, and it keeps mid dark even more. And then off that recall, you have a little bit more gold to do something, maybe like a blue elixir, to just hold on to it. Yeah, the buys are okay. Always just 2 red wards. Or 2 red potions whenever you go back into lane. Always just 2. Okay? Unless you're like a champion that, unless you're planning a very long lane. Like, it would be different if you're a top laner, or like, say you're like a Mordekaiser or something. Like, yeah. Mord, I think, should almost always have 3 potions. He's a little bit different. Or like Vladimir. You're starting to click more now. Yeah. But you should have been doing, but you're also clicking far away, you're not clicking close to you, so it doesn't matter. The whole thing about DIing is that you can change the acceleration and also the turn rate on your avatar by about 30 to 40% if you DI a lot faster. And that's gigantic. Because this is actually one of my own issues. So that's really fucking good. That was a really nice ult and everything. Okay. One of my own personal issues when facing Orianna, she's one of the champions that I genuinely have a mental hate to play against. But when I play against an extremely good Orianna, the way they move actually puts me on tilt. Like, super high level Oriannas. Like, how they move inside of the laning phase can actually get under my skin. So it's like, yeah. No, I know, so you're saying you have it against Ziggs and Vigar, and there's champions that their movements and how they move, it actually can affect their skills. Do you know what I mean? Like, it affects their potency and their lane psychology, and Orianna is one of them. And the fact that you're not doing that means that you're losing out on one of the core components of why she's also strong. Now, one might argue that if you're better emotionally disciplined or something, Orianna's movements are irrelevant, but it's not even just about that. She benefits a lot from acceleration and turn rates because of the way that her champion works with her kit. Maybe against some other champions it doesn't affect as much, but yeah. Yeah. Now you're not farming that well. I mean, you're not farming that bad. You're still doing well. God, the words got mixed up in my head. But you could be at like 170, 180 right now, no problem. You even had an opportunity to be at like 190 at 17 minutes. Quinn! What the fuck? And Suki Stackhouse comes in to like, did you ult once? Now watch. I thought you were gonna. What the fuck? Okay, you played that bad like 4 times in a row. Like, it wasn't just one mistake. It was one mistake, then another opportunity presented itself, and then it was another mistake. And then you're like a hoarder right now. You're like a kid in a candy shop that doesn't want to give up his Hershey Kisses. I don't know. Alright. Let's watch this really quick. I mean, Quinn doesn't have ult. Right now, you can ult. And it's like GG. This was the first ult. And then by looking at Ziggs's face, you could know that he's throwing this. So you should have stopped walking forward and then you just walk backwards. But hold on, it's not over yet. Okay. QW. What? I mean, it's so late, but no, why did Lee Sin Q so early? He could have denied Blitzcrank's ability to flash. God. Okay. All right. There was so many mistakes there. It's okay. It's okay. And yeah, you can. Oh, okay. He flashed. Okay. All right. Let's skip forward to the team fights because don't need to see more of this. You already know some stuff that you have to work on. And now at this point it's going to be like a giant roaming fest and stuff. Drake's up. You should just hyper shove in this lane. There's no reason to freeze it against Mundo here. Hold on, why am I moving in normal? Sorry. Ugh. At this point, you would really want to have one person top. No. Even though you got the kill, no. So what do you think I'm going to say? So from this freeze frame, what do you think I'm going to say? Used it for the pick, that's correct. But what do you think I'm going to say? Don't even hold it. You know where they are. There's no reason. Like, Blitzcrank is gonna die. There is absolutely no fucking way Blitzcrank is getting out of this. Like, even if you don't ulti, there's no way he can get out, right? Because you have to factor in Caitlyn still has ult. So if he does get to a point where he, like, skims away, yeah, Mundo's arguably there, but I doubt it. Right now, you know that they're right here, like the enemy. So at this point, when you're standing here, you need to just walk up to here and throw your shit out, and you basically say, you shall not pass. You become Gandalf. Okay? And then with Caitlyn, because we see everything shoving up, this is going to become a siege. Alright? And then everyone's reasonable HP. You're probably not going to be able to get the tower. Drake's already been, eaten or whatever. You're needed for the push. But Quinn, who is the lowest of all the HP here, and without ultimate to say it, on top of that, Quinn could go mid. So you could tell Quinn to go mid, and then you four continue sieging. You have a 4-on-4. Quinn shoves mid, and then top will be shoved into tower, and then whoever recalls can either go up to tower, or Quinn could rotate top, which can be an assumed rotation. Because I doubt Quinn is just going to eat mid and keep shoving it. She'll probably rotate top after that. Because factoring in the lifesteal and stuff, she'll go up to a reasonable amount of HP and mana, and yeah. Okay? Alright. Remember, Orianna's a walking chessboard. This 5-man siege is bad. God damn it. This is... You know it's bad though, right? Like, I mean, even though you come out on top, the decisions are actually terrible. Because if you play that out, like if you play 10 different situations and we use 10 different Ziggs, 10 different Lucians, 10 different Mundos, 10 different Amumus, 10 different Caitlyn's, 10 different Lee Sins, 10 different Oriannas, 10 different Jannas, 10 different Quinns, the situation will always fucking be different. And because of that, that's a coin flip scenario. And this is the biggest issue that Platinums and low diamonds experience, is this coin flip right here. This is one of the issues that hold people back from climbing elo, is because they commit and accept these coin flips and they believe that it's proper. When rotational play and playing chess is always superior. Yeah, exactly. That's true too. The area is not good for you guys, and the fact that you came out on top is actually like horrendous. Like look, you guys had bot lane shoving and now you don't. Okay? Mother of heaven. Holy shit. I mean, I guess if you were a casino game, you'd have the best odds, but it doesn't make it any better. Like, what the fuck? You want to play poker, not roulette. But I suck at poker. Alright. Yep. And it's nice that you get Zhonya's. It's actually really nice. You can Zhonya's multiple ultimates, so that's very beneficial. You could even do Chalice tier against a multi-Zhonyable ultimate comp. Chalice tier is a little bit uncommon, but Jesus Christ. Oh, Lee Sin. Oh my god. I feel like I'm watching an episode of Cops right now. Okay. Oh god, he's gonna go in, isn't he? Okay. Lee Sin's so low. You have bottom shoving, you just have to stalemate. Like, there's no reason to look for a fight here. I mean, yeah, keep throwing your Qs and shit, but... And on top of that, remember about blue elixirs, okay? I'm hoping to see that as the game goes on. Oh, mother of Christ. As soon as you gotten pulled, you should have Zonia'd. Or, alternatively... What? Where's my mouse? Okay. Oh! Okay, so you DI'd downward and left, but you could have DI'd right. Well, let me just watch this again. I feel like you have potential to self-ulti and then Zonia's, but don't use your Q and your W. So as soon as you come out of Zonia's, you have zoning potential, but you also have peeling potential. So your E is off cooldown. Don't use your E like randomly. Like the fact that you use your E there doesn't make any fucking sense to me. You should actually want to get pulled if they're going to clump up like this. Because you know that Ziggs is missing, and you know Amumu's not in the picture. Like, if as soon as you land, you just DI right, and then if your E's up, you self-E, and then you R into Zonia's, and then as soon as you come out of Zonia's, you throw your Q and your W forward. It's like a playmaker. Okay? Now, your team, I guess, kind of isn't in position to follow up, but no matter what, it's hard to not follow up on that. No, yeah, they would have been able to follow up. They could have made it. Okay. Top shoving, bot shoving. The home guard here I don't agree with, and do you know why I don't agree with it? Why do you think I don't agree with it, though? Like, I know you said, I know that you just said no, but let's look at the situation when you buy it, okay? Let's look at what happens, like, when you purchase home guard. This is the minimap. They're not pushing. You have two lanes pushing in favor of you. Drake's not up, Red's not up, Wraiths isn't up, and you want to maximize your efficiency on blue. There's no rush to get back to mid. There's absolutely no rush. Now, obviously, we just saw in the VOD in 30 seconds there's going to be a fight, but you can't predict that. You're not, you're not God. You can't just, like, fucking see the future. Yeah. Fuck. My fever's acting up again. Push, push, push. Push, always push as fast as you can, okay, when rotational stuff is going on. Because at this point, there's almost nothing to gain from a freeze unless you have, like, a champion specifically that benefits from it. Like, either a Gnosis or, like, you know, like, there's 0 fucking objectives up and you guys are on the defensive. Like, yeah, then you benefit from freezes and stuff. Well, even in some cases, you don't. Like, you don't want your towers and stuff. Your CS is lacking now so bad. Before you take a big camp from a jungler or something. Jesus fucking Christ! Did he just say I need farm too? You stole like 1 camp. Mother of heaven! But he's kind of right in some sense. If you click on him and he has 80. You know, or he has like 60 or 70 or something, yeah, I wouldn't take the camp from him. But if for some reason at this point you're at 330 CS and your top laner has 130 and your AD carry has 140 or something, yeah, just keep taking the fucking CS because you need to carry them like you're a fucking rescue helicopter at that point. Like, you need everything you can get. And the game should actually just become protect you. Yep, you did. You got blue pot, so that's great. Blue pot's gigantic. Now, what's something else that you need? Now, if not for Kate being here, let's swap something out for a second, okay? Let's say that your AD carry is Tristana, okay? Or let's use another AD carry. Let's say Ezreal. Okay, what's going to be different about your next item? So if we swap out Caitlyn, okay, and we put Ezreal or like Tristana or something, what will be different about your build in relation to the game? Okay, but you can't just go void here. Because it hurts. It hurts your objective contestions, it hurts your siege, and it hurts your defensive siege. Like your holds. If you, like, okay, so if Caitlyn's not here, and Caitlyn cannot shoot her Qs through minions in synergence with your QWs, okay, you cannot effectively clear, siege, or hold. Yeah, you need to go Rabadon's, right. But because Kate is present, okay, now there's a few other AD carriers that could be present. Lucian, Kog'Maw, in a way, I guess. Yeah, I guess in a way, Kog'Maw. But I know it's too expensive, but it doesn't matter. You can slowly incorporate to it. Remember the stuff that we've talked about like how to build into Zonias with Seekers plus Blue Pot rather than getting needlessly large, and you achieve the same thing? Okay. So in the same way, you just get Blasting Wand plus Blue Pot. So it's basically like you're taking an adrenaline shot until you actually are able to... You're taking steroids until you're able to lift. The Void gives you more against Mundo and Amumu, but that doesn't matter. You shouldn't be thinking that you have to kill everyone. Orianna is not an... I mean, Orianna, she packs a punch, but she's a utility AP carry. Okay? Out. But then also you have to factor into relation like what their current MRs are and whatever, and how much more damage does Rabadon give you. Maybe in some situations Rabadon actually gives you more of a punch. Do you know what I mean? And maybe in others Void Staff gives you more. Holy Mother of God. One man all! Wow. That sucks. That's unfortunate. Good. Oh, okay. Oh. I think there's a better way to play that team fight, but not like, I mean, There's obviously way better ways for both teams to play the team fight, but I don't think it'll change too much. No matter what, you should totally be able to get the tower here. Okay, nice, good. Does Lucian have culling? Is Lucian not home guard? Okay. Alright. With culling, that could get a little scary. I guess Johnny has ult. Now, this is a common mistake, okay? And it happens all the way up into low diamond 1 and shit, okay? You know what I'm talking about? Mid for Baron. You know this trade. I'm sure you've been on the receiving end, and then you've also been on the end where you get Baron. Okay. So this is a common mistake where right now Caitlyn's going to go off on her own accord. You and Janna are going to recall 2 screens off from each other. Lee Sin's going to decide that, you know, he wants to alt tab and check out some music and then walk over to behind blue, which is completely useless before he recalls. And then they get a free Baron. Okay? So inefficient recalls and like whatever. So if this happens, have I told you about speaking with pings? 3 to say something, 5 to demand it. Okay, alright. They probably get Baron here. I mean, I haven't, like... it's just my guess. I assume they get Baron. Why are you doing Wraiths? God damn it, you're just as much to blame. I mean, I guess technically you're not, because Lee and Caitlyn still haven't even recalled, so it wouldn't even matter if you're recalled. Well, no, it could in some ways. If you can get to Baron early enough, maybe you can stall it enough. They get Baron, right? They got it. Fucking son of a bitch, mid for Baron strikes again. The fucking curse of every goddamn elo that isn't high diamond 1. There it is. People are like, God, it always happens. I don't get it. This is actually probably the most common mistake that occurs in every game of League of Legends. Like, game-breaking mistake. And no one, like, fixes it. And it's such an easy, like, fix. You have 2 lane shoving. At this point, you just have to deny a recall. Deny a recall! You should type that in chat. Deny a recall. God damn it. Okay. You didn't deny a recall, but... Okay. No, mid for Baron, I can't even blame you right now for mid for Baron. It happens all the fucking time. It's basically like being diagnosed with like a terminal disease and then watching it happen, because you can just see your teammates all recalling at different times. You know it's coming. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. It's the worst feeling in the world. If like you all disengaged off mid and then you saw Lucian elects to farm up the minions that were brought to him and you recall like inside wolves or something, at that point they cannot get to you to interrupt recall, and then you can all just meet them at Baron. It's pretty standard. Other ways to do it is that one person will stay at Baron and they will like dance at the Baron pit, and then the enemy team's like they go to Baron and they start dancing even though like they just can't know that you guys aren't actually at Baron. Because you have one teammate that stays and just denies vision, like he's like a fake. You know what I mean? It's like trying to catch the wrong criminal. Yeah. Holy fuck. Oh, that was a beautiful ult. Oh god. Oh, Caitlyn! Hello! She has triple kill. She has triple kill. She has triple kill. Just give her E. Why didn't you try to give her E? Get an assist if she did it. Yeah, it's okay. This is good. And now, yeah, just steal blue and recall. You can get Void Staff, and then remember to keep holding. Are you running CDR on your blues? Are you at 30%, or are you running scaling so that you can be at 40%? 5% runes, 5% mastery, so you're at 30% right now with Chalice. Okay, so yeah, just always have a blue pod active at this point then. No! Blue pot is more effective than wards right here. And the reasoning is because Drake is going to be the only objective up, and that's easily the fight is easily manageable by your team. Blue is so much more important. It's not 20 AP. It's more than 20 at this point. You basically almost get a blasting wand because the 3 wards weren't even like necessary. Janna with her Sightstone plus Lee Sin, like warding, like at most probably only 4 wards will be dropped there because you'll be peeling back into your red side jungle because it's the only objective up for contestation. Alternatively, you could get red elixir. Wait a minute, hold on, did I read that correctly? Did someone just say we can win? Or did he mean like you can win? Swear to God. You have 1 inhibitor down, 7 turrets still stand, better end the game. Fucking Christ. It's like the analogy of like, slow and steady wins the race. It's the truest fucking thing ever. Please tell me you get GA. Especially because they have many one-shot ultimates. No? Abyssal's okay. Abyssal's not as necessary. If you had a hybrid or an AP jungler with another AP top, I would argue for Abyssal, yeah. I would suggest Guardian Angel here though. Blue elixir! Oh, you double elixir. That's not bad. I guess if Baron comes up in the next, yeah. Double elixir's fine. Double elixir's good. Always do double elixir before a game deciding fight, if you can. If you have nothing else to do, just double elixir. Alternatively, I know this doesn't apply to you, but if you ever play top lane or you play jungle or something and you build Sunfire Cape, and there's going to be a game deciding fight, it's say like a Baron or something, sell the Sunfire Cape for Guardian Angel. Or even Warmogs. Okay. Oh my god, please just bring me the fight. Okay. Oh. Oh! No! Self-ulti! Wait a minute. Oh my god, Lee Sin is like... He like wants to be insect, but like actually he's just getting squashed like an insect, like... No, no! God, no! Ah, Jesus. Amumu will die. You do not need to peel. Amumu's dead. Like 110% Amumu's fucked. Like, he's committed past... He's in between two towers with no way out. Like... Oh! What? Okay, you called back your ball. What? You have two back-to-back three-man... Now you have a four-man ulti. You had two back-to-back three-man ultis? And then you had a four-man ulti. And you did none. And you had another four-man ulti. You had two three-mans and two four-mans, and you did none. But you did one. You get that one man. But do you see them? Did you see the two three-mans and the two four-mans? Okay, alright, glad. Alright, let's... Oh, I feel sick to my stomach. Oh my god, I have to go to the bathroom soon. Oh, this bug that I have sucks. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a regular cold, but... all you have to do is delete, like, so, like, this is a, like, at this point, when a mid inhibitor is open, and you have line shoving for you, it is irrelevant how cost efficient your spells are. You just have to delete someone. Okay? Like, if you ever watched me stream and I have, like, a Vi on my team, it's, like, one of the most, like, painful things ever, is, like, when late game, they don't just press R. And they will not blow flash and everything to just delete someone, and it is the most tilting thing in the world, because they do not understand that, okay, let's say that you can kill a Mumu and it's in front of your fucking base right now, okay? Now, not too much is gained off it. Like, the enemy can clearly just fall back, you're not going to end the game off it. But what you do get off it is you get 3 shoving lanes, ward control, and you get item control. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a temporary 5v4. There's no way they can actually hold all 3 lines and manipulate them in their favor. There's absolutely no way. Okay? Alright. And at this point, that's game. You have 2 inhibitors down, you're gonna get Baron. Oh god. Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah, just disengage. You have top shoving, you have mid shoving. Bot's the only thing going in their favor. Jeez. As soon as that kill actually happens, Janna should just cast ult. I mean, it's not going to happen. You're never going to get your solo team to do it. But Janna should just heal you, all of you up, and you can push for the win. You don't even need to recall. Or you could just push and bait with Janna's ult. Yeah. Well, no, an all bot push is incorrect. You can do a 0-1-4 or a 1-0-4. An all bot push doesn't make any sense. And the reason that I say that is by putting one person in one of the other lanes, it puts added incentive. Because then the lanes, they push at different rates. And it makes it a lot more hard, or Jesus Christ, look at my English. It makes it a lot more difficult. Because basically what happens is, okay, so let's say Quinn's at top, okay? And Quinn pushes the lane to top tier 1, or top steps, okay? So she pushes it to the steps, someone okay, never mind, I thought it smelled like a fire or something. Okay, she pushes it to the steps, okay? Someone comes and they deal with it. And because she accelerated the push to the steps, the mid lane is now tier 2, even though top's at the steps. Okay? So then she goes to mid lane, alright, and she pushes that up a little bit faster. By the time they finish with top, okay, middle then is at the steps, and top is at the tier 2. And it becomes really awkward where you have this one guy running back and forth, and you could argue that, like, well, why wouldn't it be better to just have 2 lanes pushing at once? And that's because you can't snip the bud. If you can snip the bud, and what I mean by that is you can break a tower at will, okay? Like you can break bottom's tier 3 at will, yes, a floodgate from all 3 lanes at once is more beneficial. But to have constant, periodic, and inconsistent waves coming in at different intervals, it enables a much greater, like, push against inhibitors. And that's just like chess. That has nothing to do with like team comps or like anything. Okay? Alright, we're good. You guys end the game. I mean, yeah, the fight's irrelevant. Okay, GG. Alright, man. So, this'll, any, like, questions you have right now? This'll obviously be up on YouTube. Yeah, just fix your Skype, because I know I can't hear you and whatever, but, yeah. Okay. Alright, man, I will talk to you soon then. If you have anything that pops into your head, then just cacao me or Skype me. Okay? And just work on the clicking and then the CSing and yeah. Okay? Because your mechanics are above the yellow that you're in, but your decision making and how you go about stuff is poor. I know you click more, but like even more than what you do now. You're still not clicking a lot. Okay? Alright, man, I will talk to you later. Okay? Alright, bye, see you.